Satisfactory podcast. I think it's still on. Is it still on?
Yep. Even our stunts are less than satisfactory.
Yeah, clearly. I need to lose weight. Alright. So, we're back today. And we're here to talk about cinema.
Yes.
So, by the time this episode comes out, many a thing will have happened in cinema. So, we can actually talk about it now. But just in case, let's go ahead and put it up here. Spoiler warning.
Yeah, the picture of car rear end here.
Yeah, big old Honda Civic, right?
Yep.
Right in this general vicinity.
One of those souped up ones. So, you were warned, don't get mad at me.
Yep, he already has the name of the movie I was going to talk about typed in on the iPad.
Yeah, I totally watched it.
Yeah, and I definitely watched it as well.
Oh.
Which is, would you like to say?
The one, the only Avengers, Endgame.
The only true end of any game.
Not really though. It's like end of phase 1, whatever that means. Or are we in phase 2 now?
I thought we were in phase 4.
Are we? Hold on, I'll look while we're continue discussing the movie while I look up the the MCU phases.
I don't know, there's a phase for everything, because I thought phase 1 was just like first 2 Iron Men and like the lead up everywhere else to Avengers.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. This was like phase 4.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay, I get it now.
Yeah, it says right there.
Maybe we don't have to talk about movies in terms of phases, they can just make movies now?
I don't think that's going to happen.
No?
The Dark Universe has already started.
Oh no, the Dooku?
The Dooku.
Insert graphic of Count Dooku here.
I don't think we can put that, but sure, we'll try.
His head rolling on. That is what's gonna happen to the Dooku.
Yeah, pretty much.
Head's gonna fall off.
What is the Dooku anyway? It's Wolfman, Mummy.
Yeah.
I don't remember the rest though.
Tom Cruise, what did he do? Was he in the Mummy?
That was the Mummy.
Okay, he's not. Brendan Fraser is no longer the Mummy, right? Or
no, but the
Mummy human.
He's
person.
still my favorite Mummy.
I want to say it's all of like the.
It's not Kong and the rest of them, is it?
The super like classical heroes like Invisible Man, Frankenstein.
Would Dracula be one of those?
Probably. Unfortunately, how could you make Dracula part of a superhero team?
Just bring in James Gunn. He'll figure it out. Which I think I mentioned to you this on break, but just in case anyone else doesn't know, supposedly James Gunn is going to be doing the second Suicide Squad. So that's interesting.
I'm sorry. Do you mean the first Suicide Squad?
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we don't talk about the other one.
That's correct, because it was horrible. The worst depiction of the Joker.
Hey, Slipknot was incredible.
Slipknot? Were they? I've never actually seen the movie all the way through. Was Slipknot in the movie?
Not the band. There was actually a DC character named Slipknot. He was played by Adam Beach, who you may remember from the film Joe Dirt. He was Kickin' Wing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you.
The guy that was selling all the little snake fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Well, you're not missing much. It's pretty much stayed the same. But Kid Rock was in that movie, which is interesting. Anyway. Yeah, so Slipknot was in it for a full 3 minutes.
Just like a whole song?
No. The character Slipknot.
Oh. I know who that is. Is he...
He was the guy that Adam Beach played.
Hold on. I'm going to guess his superpowers.
Okay.
He can move knots from one point on a rope to the other point on the rope. Right? Is that what he can do?
He uses the ropes to kind of glide through the air, but yeah.
What?
Like he attaches the things.
Does he have ropes coming out of his... Is he basically Spider-Man but with ropes?
Sort of.
Oh.
But they aren't coming out of his skin. It's like
Spider-Man... Okay, just so you know, the Sony Spider-Man where it comes like where Peter Parker makes the webs, that's not canon. That's not how Spider-Man makes
Tobey Maguire is canon to me.
Well, they may technically be better movies than Andrew Garfield and what is it, Tom Jones? Who's the kid?
Tom Jones. What's new, pussycat? No.
It's Tom something.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Okay. I think that the originals, the Sam Raimi movies, Spider-Man movies, were great, but they were inaccurate in that is not how Spider-Man makes webs. He had a special machine that made webs for him. He was not actually that spidery.
What?
Just saying.
But you might be correct. You probably are correct. But I don't care.
Yeah. Steering back to the topic at hand, because he was in the movie, of course.
Bonesaw.
Wait, Bonesaw. Was he in the Endgame?
The first Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
It was Macho Man Randy Savage.
Okay, never mind. Sam Raimi's movies were not great.
What? What?
Just look at the multiple horrible gifs and like memes that spawned from those movies.
It's mostly just the third one. But yes, let's actually talk about Endgame then.
Yes, Endgame. What'd you think? As someone who's probably seen it more than me, I assume, did you see it more than once?
No, I've only seen it once so far.
Okay, I've only seen it once too.
I do have a second time planned though.
Oh, okay. I don't think I could sit through it again.
Really?
Yeah, I mean...
You see, the person I went with said this exact thing. Don't go to the movies with Ethan on this because he's going to tear this movie apart. So let's go ahead and have it. Go ahead and do it. Rip my heart out of my chest.
It was a great movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just...
Oh, I don't like when you do that.
It's just there's some parts that didn't quite connect to me. Unfortunately, I didn't see Captain Marvel before going to this movie.
I didn't either.
So, Captain Marvel's like character / personality really just didn't.
You weren't sure. You weren't sure what to think of it.
Yeah, it was really abrasive and kind of
like, don't worry, guys, I'm the badass here.
She kind of just seemed like an asshole. So like we traded one Tony Stark for just a more powerful Tony Stark.
Yeah, but that's the importance of the film. It's Tony being fantastic. He is the true Avenger.
Yeah, no,
he avenges everyone. Because
mostly himself. He avenges himself.
He avenges himself. He avenges Peter Parker. He avenges that stupid Harley kid from the third Iron Man.
Oh, was that okay? Yeah, that was one of the
you didn't recognize
the last scene where they're just like rolling. It's at Tony Stark's funeral. He does die. Sorry.
Gasp!
We did say spoilers.
They're
just.
I definitely cried.
No, I mean I cried at multiple points throughout the movie.
See, I relate a lot to the Spider-Man, Iron Man relationship they have.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I definitely could see that. But yeah, when they were doing the B-roll of all like the superheroes at his funeral, and then they just showed this random kid, and we're like, who the fuck is that?
It's from the third Iron Man.
How the fuck were we supposed to remember that?
Because it was a trivia question.
No one liked the third Iron Man.
I liked the third.
Oh, really? Okay, I might just be too critical of movies in general.
Yes, you are, but that's beside the point. Speaking of critical on movies, though, before we start cutting into this even more, would you like to discuss the new Star Wars trailer?
Ooh, at some point we will have to.
Alright, we'll do it here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and just finish up the recap on Endgame.
Yeah, so I thought it was a fine film, but there was just some parts just didn't click. Thanos didn't make any sense to me.
Well, you don't even say his name right, so that's good.
Well, okay, yeah.
He's not Thanos.
Excuse me, sir, he is basically the ruler of the universe. He deserves to have some spice given to his name.
No.
Thanos.
Okay, was it Papa Midnight or whatever the fuck his name was?
He was just a little bit of a bitch. Okay, the one thing that bugged me the most was how the fuck did they get all those goddamn ships through the time portal? Like, there was so many many fucking ships and people. They only had one of the little vials of the Pym particles. How the fuck did they get all of those things through the little tiny portal when the Avengers didn't even have enough for like 6?
I'm going to quote something that you have told me on many a time. Anything's a dildo if you're brave enough.
No! What? How is that gonna be more Pym particles?
It doesn't have to. The fact that you can shove anything huge into something small if you're brave enough.
I guess. Yeah, that's a fair point. I guess I'm I'll accept
Yeah, so
that.
you're your own problem. Alright.
That's still bullshit. Because all the Avengers had to do in the beginning then was just put a bunch of people in one ship and shrink down the one ship. And then they could go wherever they wanted.
Yeah, I'll admit there was some flaw in that, but I still love the movie.
Yeah, I personally thought that the like first part was a little rushed. As weird as that is to say for a 3-hour movie, but I'm just an overly critical person.
And it's all good. And we're back.
Welcome to the Less Than Satisfactory. Oh my god, it's an anime protagonist! Everybody run! Quip humor. It's just so formulaic at this point.
And we're back, and Ethan still hasn't stopped talking about how much he wants to rip on this movie. Carry on.
I mean, I still give it like 7.5 stars out of 10, probably. Except I don't think it's really all that rewatchable.
I disagree, but that's just me.
Yeah. But
I'm entitled to my opinions, and yours are wrong.
yeah, I'm used
I'm
to
the
it.
internet, so enjoy.
But moving on to the future, potentially the past? Or a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Although this is later now, so is it just sort of a slightly
It's
ago?
just far away now.
Okay, it's just far away. This is basically present day.
Sure. I mean, I'm sure there's an Earth-like planet somewhere.
But yeah, no. So there was a new Star Wars trailer released,
And it looks just as bad as the others.
I mean,
What, are you saying that you actually enjoyed that?
the trailer? No, I did not enjoy it.
Okay, it looks like it's gonna be a turd. Which is a shame because I have faith in Abrams to make it look good. But at the same time, whoever had The Last Jedi, it's not that the movie was terrible, it's just they didn't set it up to make another movie afterwards good.
It honestly would have been better as a third movie in a trilogy. Mm-hmm. Probably, if they just tweaked a few things about the story, it would have made an excellent ending to the trilogy.
Yeah.
But that being said, it was coming off of a movie that was, in my opinion, way worse because they didn't
You
even.
didn't like The Force Awakens?
Oh no! They didn't even try to make a new movie. They just remade A New Hope.
But it was a good way to start.
But no, it wasn't because they made nothing. In my opinion, the Star Wars movies have always been about being like the most innovative and like cutting edge movies. And in most ways, even the prequels, as bad as they were still pretty cutting edge.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about it though, there's still a lot of Force Awakens that is unique. Like, Han Solo does die.
Oh,
Spoiler.
Okay.
Spoiler.
So Han Solo took the place of Obi-Wan.
But he lasts a lot longer.
Well,
so I wouldn't say he takes the place
was
of
a-
Obi-Wan. I
yeah.
say he makes his own role in it.
Not really.
Then what is Chewbacca then?
Chewbacca is just sort of the carpet. Chewbacca's never
He's
really...
just sort of the carpet.
He's the drapes on the wall. I mean, come on, they've never really bothered to give Chewbacca much of a personality in any way whatsoever.
Whatever.
But I mean, Han Solo basically just took the place of Obi-Wan because he had to like die for Rey to be inspired to fight even more.
Yeah, but he was also trying to win his son back. Did you not appreciate that?
Yeah, and Obi-Wan was trying to win Darth Vader back too.
Yeah, but that's not his son.
Oh, the big Anakin Skywalker was basically Obi-Wan's son. Thank you very much.
Sure.
The pseudo father figure.
Yeah, but you won't let me have my Iron Man.
I said that was okay.
Oh, whatever.
I'm gonna admit that Tony Stark was one of the best characters of the MCU. I don't know how they're gonna move.
He was the best.
No, yeah, he was the best character. The only one that might even give him a tidbit of competition was Nick Fury.
Okay, I can live with that.
I mean,
or, as of recently, I have really liked what Chris Hemsworth has started doing with Thor.
Yeah.
I've really liked the Lebowski look.
That was really great.
I laughed pretty hard at that.
But Star Wars, the fun reveal, probably what I assume made the trailer horrible for you, other than it was a super generic trailer. Like, there's a great...
It looks like it was a template trailer.
Yeah, no, Star Wars, they have a formula for what their trailers are, and they stick to it no matter what. They gotta get the awesome, weird effects in, like Rey doing a backflip over a starship. Awesome, cool.
Yeah, there's always gotta be, like, some type of, like, racing or, like, ship battle or something going on.
The first thing I saw when I saw her jump over the ship, I was like, now this is pod racing.
When it first came on the screen, freaking word. My lady partner was sitting next to me, and I looked at her directly in the eyes, and I'm like, I don't like sand.
And then, of course, the next formula, or the next beat that they're going to hit in the formula is call back to an old character.
So that's Lando.
Yep, Lando.
Yep.
Fat Lando.
He was fat.
I understand, like, Billy D. No criticism of Billy D. Is it Anderson?
Williams.
Billy D. Williams. He fine person or whatever, but just sort of, it kind of broke the myth of Lando Calrissian a little bit for me to see him as
fat,
old and fat. Because he's always in my mind from watching the original trilogy, like this kind of cool, suave operator kind of person. Like he knows the right buttons to push to get the right stuff he needs. He can pull the strings.
He was like a secondary Han Solo.
Yeah, yeah. He was a secondary Han Solo, but now he's just sort of
old and fat.
Yeah.
Which I'm one of those, so I'm getting there.
Yeah, I can sympathize with him, but there was a myth built up in my head, and it's kind of a dash.
Well, I also really enjoyed Lando in the Solo film.
Oh, really? I've not seen the Solo film.
So, critically, it was a dud.
Okay, yeah.
However...
Not surprised. I heard that it kind of lacked a lot of chemistry.
It did, but I still enjoyed it. I would say I've enjoyed it more than the last 3 other movies that happened in the Star Wars franchise.
So
that'd be Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and
really, because
Force Awakens.
Aside from the end where literally everybody dies, and that was just sort of disappointing.
Well, I was more excited about that because I was sick of most of them.
Oh, really? I like most of them.
I didn't care for Rogue One.
I thought Rogue One was better than Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi, maybe. But...
And better than Phantom Menace.
Okay, it was better than Phantom Menace. It was also better than Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah. I kind of put those 2 movies down at the bottom. And I honestly put Rogue One with them.
Really? Okay, yeah.
Like, those are my bottom 3. But at the same time, Last Jedi has enough in it to where I don't want to put it down there.
Yeah, The Last Jedi, while maybe not the best Star Wars film, it definitely...
It had its moments.
Yeah, it did what I think Star Wars films should do, which was try to step out of the box. Mm-hmm. You know, kind of...
It's just they stepped out of the box into a sinkhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the final part of the trailer that we haven't talked about, kind of the big reveal or whatever, was... Oh, I didn't know Bill Belichick was starring in this film.
No, we're not going back to football. We've gone this whole podcast without referencing the Patriots.
No.
Oh, we were doing so good.
No.
What do you think his role is going to be in that?
I mean, okay, as someone who was a super big Star Wars nerd and read lots of books, I'm not surprised by this one bit because in the
Well, doesn't he like keep himself alive?
yeah, in the old canon, Emperor Palpatine does manage to resurrect himself more than once. In yeah, like that's okay, whatever. But I just they didn't do anything with the villain that they built up in the previous two films. Like,
well, that's not true. They killed him.
Yeah, I know that was so stupid. I just why do we have to bring back Palpatine?
I mean, I think it's just because Kylo needs someone to like be his mentor, if you will. And of course, I've heard a rumor. Don't quote me on this, but I've heard that what it's going to be is Kylo goes seeking Darth Vader's spirit on some weird planet island thing.
Yeah, and because Darth Vader is now Anakin Skywalker again, he's not going to find him.
Yeah, so he does not find his soul, but instead he finds Palpatine's.
Okay. That actually sounds fairly similar to what happened in the books, so I'm pretty okay with that.
If that's what happens, I would be okay with that. I still feel like they kind of messed up the whole Finn, Poe Dameron, Rose, all of their storylines, though.
Do their storylines even matter?
They sort of did going into The Last Jedi, but they've all fallen.
Well, okay, see, that might be what's actually going to end up being the meat of the film. But... Oh, sorry about that. I had a few technical difficulties, and I've definitely lost my train of thought. So, what were we talking about, Austin?
Last I remember, we were talking about the Star Wars franchise.
Yes.
Just how things started kind of crumbling into the abyss, if I recall.
Yeah, and I think specifically we're discussing like what they might do with the Emperor, and they could go some interesting ways with it. Like maybe the Emperor's gonna try and take over the Empire, like try to restart the Empire. That might be pretty interesting.
That's an option.
Maybe they'll actually show us some of that captain that they hyped up for like 2 movies now.
Oh, Phasma?
Yeah, Phasma. There we go.
No, she's dead.
Oh, she dead? Oh, what? Dang.
Did you not watch The Last Jedi?
I mean, I did. I just maybe forgot all the horrible parts, I guess.
Well, the Rose part, the Poe part, and
Okay,
the Finn part are all terrible.
Yes.
Phasma's terrible because Finn just throws her in the fire, pretty much.
Man, they are really forgetting about like one of the... Have you ever heard of Chekhov's gun principle?
No.
So the idea is, I think it's Anton Chekhov, fairly famous writer.
Okay. I've heard of him.
You introduce a gun in the first act. The gun must go off at some point in Act 2 or 3. Otherwise, you've just sort of cock-teased your readers or audience. And why'd you talk about the gun if the gun wasn't going to go off at any point?
Are you referring to Phasma being the gun?
Yeah, or insert lots of characters in the Star Wars universe now, like Snoke. What did Snoke do? Snoke had like 2 lines of dialogue, I think, and then he died.
Yeah. Well, he showed up in the Last Jedi, and then he was like, "Rey, I'm gonna use you as my slave," and like lifted her up off the ground or something.
And then cut in half.
Yeah, and well, Kylo was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna chop her real good." I mean, you.
And I mean, they've done that with so many characters. Not even the new movies have done that. Like, I mean, the 2 best characters, in my opinion, from the prequel trilogies, they killed them off in the first movie.
Liam Neeson and Maul?
Yeah. And, well, okay, sorry, technically Maul's not dead now.
That's a whole thing, though.
He got cut in half. And
Spider Maul, though.
You fell like 30 goddamn stories.
Spider Maul.
Unfortunately, that was quasi-canon too, so I'm not allowed to be all that mad about it. So in the original like canon,
it is what it is. I do agree that Liam Neeson dying was a bit sad because that could have been a great character.
I mean, he just had so much potential. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that they were trying to like echo the Obi-Wan dying in A New Hope, and like, oh look at all these parallels.
So do you mean the Phantom Menace was just another New Hope?
Oh my gosh.
We've come across something incredible, folks.
It was okay. We're gonna have to sometime watch A New Hope and then A Phantom Menace. Or no, wait.
New Hope, then Phantom Menace, then New Hope again, then Force Awakens.
We'll have to do that sometime and do a movie review on those 3 films.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of similarities between them.
I mean, Star Wars likes to be a little formulaic now, or it has always liked to be a little formulaic.
Now, you see, the movies that I like from them are the ones that aren't really formulaic.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I mentioned earlier, I enjoyed the Solo film.
Okay.
There were pieces of it that didn't really work, but...
I mean, well, like, Empire Strikes Back really breaks the mold of action movies in general.
Yeah, because it's just like, hey, guess what? Your relative is the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. And
not just your relative,
now
it's
I'm
your
gonna cut off your
dad.
hand.
Yeah. So, bye.
And also I froze your friend.
He was talking too much. This is why we can't have nice things. And then the third one, that's why I like that one too, because you know what's going to happen, but you don't know how it's going to happen.
Yes. I mean, I'm honestly, I think that was one of the better villain deaths in all of cinema history, the way that Darth Vader died.
Hmm.
It was just a really well-written moment.
Yeah. And then there was Revenge of the Sith, that one was good too.
Yeah.
Just, again, because it broke the mold.
Yeah, well, okay.
So you might be onto something with that.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like Revenge of the Sith for one reason.
Is it because Jar Jar was in it?
No, I mean, I personally, as a kid as someone who watched The Phantom Menace as a kid, I actually liked The Phantom Menace until I became a teenager.
And then you found out what the internet was?
Then I found out about good cinema was.
Okay.
I always hated that movie because they had so much potential to show some cool, awesome battles, but there was like nothing in there, battle-wise.
In Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, like they had they had the Starfighter battle, and that was really about it. They had
a lot of good battles. It was Attack of the Clones is a piece of crap.
Oh, the Attack of the Clones the Attack of the Clones battle was way better than anything in the Revenge of the Sith.
They only had one battle.
I know, and it was better.
But the Revenge of... No, it wasn't.
No, it was way better.
That was nice because I got to see Yoda in a battle. That was cool.
Yeah.
But...
It was one of the best battles in Star Wars cinematic
When
history.
you look at how many battles were in Revenge of the Sith, though, it outweighs the rest of the franchise entirely.
I don't count like 5-second clips of a battle, an actual battle, because that's what they did.
No, the Dooku battle was like 3 minutes, and no, it's not the Dark Universe here again. And then there was the Grievous battle, which was like
Okay, no,
10
okay,
minutes.
see, you're confusing duels with battles.
Okay, well, then there was one really big battle at the end, where everything went to shit.
You mean the duel between Mace Windu and Palpatine?
No, the duel between Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah, that's not a battle, that's a duel.
Whatever. Well, the whole battle.
I'm talking about battles, I'm not talking about duels. I wanted to see
wanted more
clones
battles?
shooting droids. And I wanted to see droids shooting clones, and I wanted to see blood and wires and electricity.
But
And I wanted to see lightsabers flying everywhere.
You got to see Mace Windu get thrown off the building. What else do you want?
And in my opinion, that was pretty anticlimactic.
This is why I don't go to the movies with you. Also, whenever we went to, what was it? I think it was Infinity War.
Yeah.
Man, you were ripping that thing apart in the theater.
I did not enjoy that movie, actually.
I'm aware. You wouldn't shut up about it.
They just did so many stupid things. It was just, I couldn't handle it. To be fair, Endgame did make up for it, but...
Endgame was incredible, but we've already talked about that.
Yes. But there is one more movie I wanted to pick your brain about before we head off.
All right. What do you got?
Since you saw Endgame, I assume you saw the previews, correct?
Some of them, yeah.
What did you think of a certain preview starring the one, the only Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Jason Statham?
Oh no.
What? I can't remember the title of the movie. I'm sorry.
It's Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, no. So Fast and the Furious has finally given up on cars, I think.
Yeah, they pretty much just gone the route that what was the movie?
They're going the route that Star Wars is going. They're just doing standalone films now.
Honestly, that's probably what's best for them because they lost a lot of their audience whenever Paul Walker passed.
I mean, I don't think that's what actually lost in their audience.
You'd be surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
This wasn't the terrible writing.
There's a lot of women in me that really like Paul Walker.
Ah, yes. Okay. Now it makes sense.
I did watch
Vin Diesel is not an attractive man.
Some people like his bald head, but that's about it.
I mean,
they've also killed off like the
other fetish.
Yes.
Oh wait, now I've seen Seinfeld. Never mind.
Yeah. Sorry, I just remember that episode.
It's one of the best Seinfeld episodes. For those who don't watch Seinfeld, one of the characters in that show is very bald and very, very just awkward.
Beyond awkward. Awkward.
And he somehow manages to find an incredibly beautiful woman who is really into rubbing oil on bald men's heads.
What else are you gonna do, right?
Yep. And so, yeah. You'll have to go look it up yourself. It's pretty funny.
You might not want to type that in on Google.
No, I definitely do. I've done it a couple times. It's interesting. What? I like to understand what the other humans in the world think about.
Well, on that note, I don't want to know your search history, and we must end now. So thanks for tuning in.
It'll be in the link up.
No, it won't. It won't ever be there. It's just no.
You can direct message me on what's that Chinese Weibo?
No, I'm not going to tell you because I know you'll try to use it.
I will set up an account.
Yeah, that's not bad.
You can direct message me on Twitter. You'll know where to find me.
Yeah. Also, thank you, Derek, for the second comment that we've ever had.
Oh, what? We had another comment?
Yep.
Can we pull it up? What does it say?
So similar to the other comment that we had, it says first. Hey, they're both by Derek, so thank you, Derek.
I was really hoping that we'd get the sequel and he'd just say second.
Now you might. Derek, we're counting on you.
Come on, Derek. I know you don't actually listen to us.
Nope, never. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, try to listen.
Hit me up on Discord for the search history.
I'm leaving.